Where is the evidence that the reality right in front of you is actually real? Our brain is not a mirror that reflects reality exactly as it is. It is merely a projector, editing and synthesizing electrical signals from our eyes and ears to create a film we call reality. What if that editing function broke down? What if your brain started synthesizing enemies and surveillance cameras that don't exist? The theme of this video is schizophrenia, a condition said to affect roughly 1 in 100 people. We will explore the true nature of the surveillance society experienced by those living with it. Why do they claim they are being targeted by an organization? Why does a simple trip to the convenience store to buy a bottle of water become a life or death infiltration mission straight out of a spy movie? The answer lies not in their personality, nor in their imagination. It lies in the runaway malfunction of a certain brain function. I am now going to invite you into their internal world. Are you ready? Imagine this. You are alone in a one-room apartment late at night. You are terribly thirsty, so you stand up to go to the convenience store. At that moment, a red light flashes in the corner of your vision. It's the standby light on the television in the corner of the room. Normally, it's a tiny light you wouldn't even notice, but now, to your brain, it pierces through with an intense sense of wrongness. Why is it so red? Is it watching me? Once the seed of doubt is planted, it explodes in your brain. That's a hidden camera. Someone in the next room is wiretapping my thoughts. You might think this is ridiculous, but your brain becomes utterly convinced of it. This is called a delusional mood. It is a sensation where the entire world transforms eerily, dominated by a premonition that something terrible is underway. You pull your hat down low and flee the room. But the outside world is even crueler. A siren wails in the distance. People. A healthy brain would conclude, must be an accident. But inside your brain, that sound is instantly translated. Target confirmed. Move in to secure. A passerby coughs while looking at their smartphone. That is also a signal. The target has moved. Tighten the net. Every sound, light, and action of others in the city begins to look like a code designed to capture you. You arrive in front of the convenience store. The LED lighting is too bright, illuminating you like a spotlight in an interrogation room. The automatic door opens. The mechanical whoosh sound rings out like an intrusion alarm. You enter the store. 2 clerks at the register look your way and whisper, "It's him. Proceed as planned." That is exactly what you hear. This is an auditory hallucination. It's not your imagination playing tricks. The auditory cortex of the brain is malfunctioning, and you are hearing it clearly as an actual human voice. With trembling hands, you grab a water bottle and take it to the register. The clerk holds up the barcode scanner. Beep. That electronic sound pierces your brain. Data transmission complete. Thought data extraction successful. You are assailed by the sensation that the thoughts inside your brain have been sucked up, along with that sound, and transmitted to a massive server. This is called thought withdrawal. You throw down some coins and run back home as fast as you can. You lock the door and dive under the covers. Even so, you hear voices from the attic. You can't escape anymore. Die, die, die. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. A lonely war where you are never permitted to sleep, fighting an invisible enemy. This is the reality lived by someone with untreated schizophrenia. What did you think? This is the world where hallucinations and delusions combine. So, why does the human brain create such elaborate nightmares? From here, let's unravel the medical truth. The keywords are dopamine overload and aberrant salience. Inside our brain, there is a substance called dopamine. Its primary role is to generate motivation and to tag things for the brain, saying, "This is important, pay attention." For example, when you find water in a desert, the brain releases dopamine and issues a command. "This is important, don't miss it." Thanks to this, we can select the information necessary for survival. Conversely, dopamine is not released for a rock on the roadside or the sound of a ventilation fan. Therefore, we can ignore them as irrelevant information. However, in the acute phase of schizophrenia, this dopamine system breaks down, and dopamine floods the brain uncontrollably. What happens then? An emergency label is attached to every piece of information entering the brain. This is important too. That's important too. Pay attention to everything. In medical terms, this is called aberrant salience, the buzzing noise of a ventilation fan. Normally, you could ignore it, but now it enters the brain as super important information. The brain gets confused. Why is this sound so important? It must have a meaning. There's a pattern. It's Morse code. No, it's human voices. They are insulting me. The casual glance of a passerby. Why did they look? It's important. They must be monitoring me. In other words, they are not having delusions because they are crazy. Faced with a brain error where everything looks important, they desperately try to construct logic to make sense of it. As a result, they are forced to create a Astoria delusion that I am being monitored by an organization. When you think of it that way, doesn't it make sense? Rather than drowning in a chaotic flood of information, a story where there is an enemy is still more understandable and reassuring to the brain. In the past, this disease was called split mind disease and feared as an incurable condition where personality disintegrates. There was a time when people were locked away in home cells and erased from society. However, the understanding has changed. It is now recognized as a condition where the brain's ability to integrate information is temporarily impaired. It is a treatable condition. Today, there are excellent medications that suppress runaway dopamine. With early detection and appropriate treatment, those stormy auditory hallucinations fade, and many people regain a peaceful daily life. If you see someone shouting to themselves on the street, or someone looking around nervously, frightened by something unseen, before you think, they're scary, or I don't want to get involved, please remember this video. They are currently inside a vortex of excessive importance, invisible to us. They are in the middle of desperately processing information in their brains to protect themselves. You don't need to deny or affirm their reality. Just know the fact that that is how they see it, and understand that it is a brain error, not their fault. A world that is seen but unrecognized. It is your knowledge that removes that transparent wall. Ignorance breeds fear, but knowledge creates empathy. Agnosia. On this channel, we will continue to visualize the unrecognized worlds hidden in society. If you yourself or someone close to you has had a similar experience, please leave a comment below. Your words might become a lighthouse for someone else in the dark. See you in the next world.